my objective, my focus in here is just to kind of help you understand that your mindset plays a huge impactful role from personal to professional success. So you got to make a decision on what that mindset is going to be like. Like it doesn't matter what happened yesterday. It's like when Rafiki hit Simba, and he's like, "Ow, that hurt." He's like, "It doesn't matter. That was in the past, right?" So we move on. So the key element that we want to focus on is understanding that success begins from within. I know for a fact what my greatness is, and when I allow my greatness, when I allow my gifts to just grow. Like the first thing I told Jimmy Ezel when he hopped on the Zoom, man, I'm feeling really good today. I'm in a really, really exceptional mood. That's me giving my body, my mind, my words the authority to be great, right? So whatever you believe, you will achieve, right? Think and Grow Rich. That is 100% a factual element that we all connect with and understand. So we want to make sure that we take a quick self-reflection and exercise that belief system that we hold on to is what is holding or creating our potential. So if you say I can't, you are right. If you say I can, you are also right, right? Many scholars embedded that in our heads. So there are three pillars that I'm going to focus on today. Three pillars of a winning mindset. The very first one is growth mindset. The second one is resilience, because no matter what, things are going to happen, and resilience is required for you to stand back up. The last one is gratitude, right? So growth mindset, resilience, and gratitude. Write those down because you're going to need to remind yourself of this information. Number one is the growth mindset. You got to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. All right, cool. I was trying to get on a bicycle. I fell and I scraped my knee. All right, that's the challenge. But guess what? I remember what I did wrong that led for me to fall. I am more aware to make sure that I'm putting my feet first where they're supposed to be, right? Also, from a growth mindset perspective, is understanding how to shift from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. I know individuals that have done extremely well in the 90s and the early 2000s in business that are irrelevant right now. And I say this with love and respect, but from a business perspective, no one cares about what they talked about in the early 90s and the 2000s because they had a fixed mindset. They say, I'm old school. I do things the old school way. Great, you can do old school all you want, but if you don't grow with the times and the technology and AI and algorithms and the chat GPTs and the VEO3 and et cetera, that is growing right now, you will not matter in 3 months from now. So you have to have a growth mindset, not a fixed mindset. Don't say, well, I have an email list. That's the way I do things. That's great. That's one of the ways that you do. I had an executive team meeting with my team personally, and here's what we said. We have to work 3 times as hard to make a third of what we've made 6 months ago. That's where we are right now. So what do we have to do? We got to grow to identify what changed on us that allowed us to lose 2/3 of our flavor, of our flow, of our excitement. So guess what? We are in a growth mindset. All right, let's go. Research and development. Make sure you collaborate with those who are having success. Make sure that you get into courses. Make sure that you collaborate with the divas. Get on every single webinar. Make sure that you reframe your schedule in a growth behavior, not just, well, I got my routine. No, I understand routines are relevant and important for us to create and project our success. However, it needs to be a growing routine. The fundamentals will never change. There's not a shadow of a doubt. But guess what? The delivery mechanism is going to change. In other words, we needed to communicate with people just as much back in the 80s and the 90s that we do now. However, back in the 90s and the 80s, there were fax machines and phones on the walls. Today, we are using this device right now where we are all in one virtual room, right? Things have changed and shifted. So here's an actionable tip, if you will. Make sure that you turn your mistakes into lessons that you teach, not just learn from. See, your own lessons, my own lessons are extremely expensive, right? Learn from your own mistakes. That's expensive. I want to learn from everybody's mistakes, but I'm going to absolutely reframe my perspective. I do not fail. I only learn. I do not lose. I only grow. When you, again, with your utter words, give yourself that authority, the allowing of growing, by default, you just pick up and go, pick up and go. I talk about this on a personal level. My wife and I, thank God, we've grown so much in our relationship that we still bump heads, we still argue, we still fight, just like any other couple. And if you think there's a couple that doesn't, you're crazy. But the recovery mechanism from the moment that I upset her or she upsets me or whatever to, hey, we're good, is less than 5 minutes. I mean, literally, sometimes it's within 30 seconds to a minute and we're moved on and good to go. So you need to make sure that you're turning your mistakes into lessons, change your perspectives, and go move forward and stop feeling bad or sorry for yourselves as much as I used to. There's a quote that I don't know who said it originally, but I heard it from many. It states that I used to feel bad for the person that had no shoes until I met the person that had no feet. So you need to grow. Second part, and that is resilience. So when it comes to resilience, you got to understand you are stronger than you think, and I'll prove it to you right now. Would you agree with me? Can you please entertain me in the chat or just by a show of hands if your video is on? You've gone through some stuff over the years, like some stuff that you were like, man, I don't even know how I made it out. I don't even know how I made it out, right? Like that you look back right now, I'm like, that's crazy that I'm here right now. In the midst of that circumstance where you were in it, we cried, we were sad, we were like, my God, why me? Yeah, right? We didn't think we're going to get out of it. But then you look back, you're like, I bounced back so quickly. So the truth of the matter is you are already in evidence right now, right here. Prove to yourself that you are 100% much stronger than you think and you bounce back quick. As a matter of fact, would you agree with me that some of us in this Zoom right now, in this conversation right now, we operate 10 times better when our back is against the wall and every single weapon is against us and saying, I'm about to shoot you. And we're like, man, bring it on because I am the greatest that I can be when my back is against the wall, right? So don't allow those moments in the midst of the rocky waters, right? Like when the boat is all shaky, don't think that is the end. That's just you growing and showcasing your mastery. Here's an actionable tip when it comes to your resilience. Build resilience by setting micro goals that pushes you out of your comfort zone. What does that mean? All right, you are uncomfortable on getting on a Facebook Live, right? Do a quick 15-second story. Start with that. Boy, I just went on a video and put my face and I said something nice. Then do a 30-second video. Then do a pre-recorded a 5-minute video where you're training. And then eventually you'll work your way to these things, right? You will not lose 50 pounds by saying, I'm going to lose 50 pounds. You lose 50 pounds by losing a half a pound every other day, little by little, little by little, little by little. It is the micro wins that create the mega success. Most of us will put ourselves in a predicament of failure because we're setting these humongous goals. I'm going to make $1 million by the end of the year. Congratulations, you are going to flop so hard. That's what, just so you know, people who say, I'm going to go cold turkey on anything, whether it's, going vegan, or whether it's alcohol, whether it's cigarettes, whatever it may be, anything that's cold turkey is 90% of the time guaranteed that you're going to go backwards and do even worse. I know that for a fact. I work with some friends of mine in our church. They're working on some things. They're just young men who are dealing with what young men deal with, right? Like addiction to weird videos on their phones, if you know what I mean, right? I don't want to say the word out loud out here, but we are grown up. And here's what, like, oh man, I'm done. I made a decision. I'm done. That's great. But I do know one thing. There's a thing called social media that in some cases that is worse than any video that you're going to watch by yourself, young man. And that triggers some emotions. So there's some working things that you got to do with micro wins that will create the mega success. We are habitual human beings. So what habits are you going to create right now in the Diva Network, day in and day out, that's going to create micro, tiny wins that's going to develop to a mega win? Jimmy Ezel always talks about a power list. A power list is Four major business tasks that no matter what, you will not go to bed until you get it done, and one personal one. So five elements, four business and one personal, but just make it a micro small piece. And then next week, grow it bigger. And next week, grow it bigger. It's like doing push ups. Week one, I did two on my knees. All right, I'm done. Week two, I'm gonna do two more. Now I'm doing four. And then eventually, like, I'm doing two, but I'm not on my knees while I'm doing the push-up. And eventually you're growing and you're growing and you're growing. And before you know it, everybody like, man, look at that push-up lineup that you just did. You just did 15 in a row in 30 seconds. But people don't see when you started. So you are stronger than you think. And I know for a fact you can bounce back. So micro goals. And the third piece is gratitude. Look, this goes without saying. If you are in here, you already know. Gratitude is the foundation of success, not just in business, in anything. See, gratitude is simply you recognizing the wins in whatever it is that's going on. And I'll give you an example, right? So 3 4 months ago, I was going to a wake of a family member, and then my car got smashed, like from the back, like rear ended. And I didn't tell my wife till I came back, and she was like, "Hey, I saw your location. You were standing in the middle of the highway for like 45 minutes." That's because we were waiting for cops and everything else. And yeah, I was like, the range got hit. She was like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "I told you you shouldn't drive early in the morning in the snow, yada yada yada." That's the problem, right? And then I said, "Well, I'm just glad I didn't die." She was like, "Yeah, thank God." Immediately, it stopped the argument and focusing on the car, and it put perspective, right? Same exact thing. You might have been late for an opportunity. That's because you were saved from an accident that was going to happen. You were not in a relationship with the person that you wanted to be in a relationship with, because that person probably was not the right person to support you in your business. Like, you just have to have faith that I know, like I know, that God has me exactly where I need to be right now, because I am such a baby in my own faith and in my own visualization of what the future is going to hold, that I am about to scrape my knees in a bicycle, and the universe is like, "Hey, I'm not going to give you that bicycle yet." I'm not going to give you that bicycle yet because you're not ready and you're going to hurt yourself. So you got to change your perspective. When you have an ounce of gratitude within you, oh my goodness, how good you will feel. Oh my goodness, that no matter what is going on in your life is absolutely irrelevant. You become dangerous in a good way. You become a beast in a good way. So be grateful for where you are and who you are. And the truth of the matter is, you know how many people would wish they have your seat right now? You know how many people would wish they are breathing and walking and eating and watching and playing with $1,000 cell phone in their hand? You know how many people would desire to be in a room right here, right now, where we're talking about first world problems, how to be positive? Be grateful. Life is good. Here's an actionable tip on that. Start each day by listening to listing three things that you are grateful for. It's as simple as, "I'm so happy that I'm walking. I'm so happy that I'm breathing. I'm so happy that I'm drinking a cup of water." As little as that. That's the micro. Eventually, it morphs into, "I'm so happy and grateful that I am growing a successful business. I'm so happy and grateful now," like those bigger things. But you got to start with gratitude. Your body, your mind, your spirit, your blood flow is going to feel so good. Okay. Let's talk about some practical strategies to cultivate your mindset. This is like specific things that you would want to do. Look, whether you believe it or not, visualization is a real thing that will absolutely impact your business. I'll prove it to you. I'm not talking about hymns and hums and sitting and doing humana, 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 humana meditation. You could be in the middle of the car driving in a traffic light, and your brain automatically goes like, "I forgot about that bill is coming tomorrow." And then your anxiety starts to grow and morph. That's what you did. Visualization of bad things about to happen. So imagining the bad is about to happen that doesn't even exist. You still have 24 hours before you have to deal with this thing, and you are now burning 24 hours of greatness because your brain is not clear enough to think about the solutions and possibilities. Rather, you're focusing on what's going to go wrong. Let me go have some ice cream and do nothing. Distract myself from that anxiety. I need to take a nap because I have a headache from worrying so much and stressing. Are you kidding me? You better get your butt out of, you know what? Let's go to work. Be positive. Visualization is an amazing component. So what I personally do, you do what you do, but here's what I personally do. Early in the morning, man, I put AirPods in my ear, and I just put some meditation, or sometimes I put scripture, Psalms or whatever it is that is flows your boat, and I close my eyes and I just go. I imagine all the greatness and all the possibilities and all the beautiful things that are going to happen. And the best thing about it, it gets you in a good mood like I am in right now. So you need to get in the habit of visualization of what you want. Like, you got to envision it. You got to see it. Just like a construction site, the building was not built the day with trucks showing up. Somebody had to envision, get that visualization of what the building is going to look like. And then that person drew it on a blueprint and then said, here's what we're thinking. And then somebody else turned it into a 3D hologram. And then somebody else put little plastic thingies in a small, form on a big table. They had to visualize it. And then, okay, let's apply for the zoning. And then they started digging. But if you do not have the vision of what June is going to look like for you, how do you want to project what June is going to look for you? You got to be able to envision all great things that are coming your way. So make sure every day that you practice visualization for at least 5 minutes every morning. Look, I know you do it because I know that I do it many times, and I have to leave my phone in the bathroom at nighttime. Otherwise, the first thing I do, grab my phone. And that's a horrible habit, right? So make sure that you start your morning within the first 5 minutes, just visualization. Next piece about practical strategies to cultivate your mindset is positive self-talk. Look, I'm going to keep it real with you. You talk bad to yourself. You are the meanest person that's ever talked to you. You say things like, I'm fat, I'm broke, I'm not good, I don't have it, I don't know what you say. I don't feel good about myself. I hate my voice on video. I don't like how I look. I don't feel. You are the meanest person. And here's what I do know. If somebody came to you and said the very same things that you tell yourself, you're going to be like, you better fall back. Who you think you're talking to like that? So you need to look in the mirror and say, you better fall back. Who do you think you're talking to like that? I am the greatest thing that's ever been created. And I know for a fact that I was created in God's image, and I did not come here by mistake. There's a purpose for me to live. There's a purpose for my greatness. My wife thinks that is the funniest. So I get trolls on social media, especially X and TikTok. I get trolls all the time. And I turn I love it when I get a hater message. I turn it into a comedy bit. Like, I go back and forth, but in the most loving, caring, and my wife is like, you are so funny. My wife is like, just don't answer. I'm like, no, I have to use this as positive energy, people love to talk about my skin. It's pure comedy. I love it, by the way. God blessed me with makeup. You will never find an aisle 5 in your very best makeup artist store. I'm telling you, I am so beautiful. You couldn't stand it. I am so amazing in every single way that you can help yourself but say, I wish I can give this guy a hug right now. Come on, take a flight. I'll give you a hug and you can go back. Round trip, baby. I am so good at what I do that you can't help but smile and say, I want to work with this
At ME Studios, we don't just create campaigns, we build brands. Our mission is to transform your ideas into a compelling experience that resonates with your audience and elevates your brand identity. Hey there! Ever dreamt of launching your own branding campaign, but overwhelmed by all the moving parts? From concept to execution, the process can seem daunting. But don't worry, we've got you covered. Look no further. Welcome to ME Studios, your one-stop shop for all things branding. Imagine this, a place where creativity meets technology, and your branding dreams come to life. We start with pre-production. Our expert team dives into creative concept meetings, curates top-tier guests, and even puts together stunning headshots. We help you shape your vision and plan every detail meticulously. We even throw in AI-powered commercials to give you that extra edge. These commercials are designed to seamlessly integrate with your content, making your campaign not just informative, but also commercially viable. Next up, production. Picture yourself in a state-of-the-art studio with professional lighting, high-quality mics, and an inspiring atmosphere. Our studios are equipped with the latest technology to ensure your sessions are smooth and productive. We create power-packed segments split into 3 engaging parts, 15 minutes each, designed to captivate your audience. Our team ensures that each segment is filled with valuable content and keeps your audience hooked. Now, let's talk post-production. Our team meticulously edits your content, adding branded intros and outros, custom music, and flawless transitions. We take care of all the technical details so you can focus on delivering your message. We make sure your message shines brighter than ever. Our goal is to enhance your voice and make your campaign stand out in a crowded market. Finally, it's time to launch. We distribute your polished campaign across all major platforms, ensuring your campaign reaches the widest possible audience. But that's not all. We create viral reels, issue a national press release, and ensure your campaign gets the attention it deserves. Our marketing strategies are designed to maximize your reach and engagement. At ME Studios, we bring your vision to life. Our dedicated team works tirelessly to ensure your campaign is a true reflection of your brand and resonates with your audience. Your campaign, your brand, done right. We take pride in delivering high-quality, professional campaigns that make a lasting impact. Ready to make your mark? Visit themestudios.net and book your launch today. Our team is excited to help you start your branding journey. Thanks for watching, and let's get your voice out there. Together, we can create something truly special.
All right, let's get back into it. So let's go. You are great. Start talking good about yourself, to yourself, for yourself. Replace these negative thoughts, or as they call them, ants, automatic negative thoughts. And by the way, they don't go away. I have automatic negative thoughts. They come to my brain. But that's what you do. You got to be so fueled with positivity, love, faith, self-love that it's like you wash it off. Oh, here's a negative thought. I'm thinking something bad about myself, and I'm going to bounce back with something good. All right. Focus on action, not perfection.
How are you?
Good. How are
Yes,
you?
beautiful weather.
Great to see you too. All right. Let's hit that mute button for Abigail if somebody can help me out. Thank you, Abigail. We love hearing your beautiful voice. So make sure that you don't chase perfection, but action. There was only one, whether you believe in him or not, one being, physical being, divine, Jesus Christ, that was documented as a perfect being, right? That's like respectfully to anybody's faith or religions. That's the documentation there, right? I cannot be that. So stop carrying the burden of perfection. You and I are not meant to be perfect. We are, like, our purpose is to find our happy self and provide it to everybody else. Do you understand why I want to be wealthy? It's not because I want to get cars and toys. I want to be wealthy because I want to be stress-free and happy. I want to have experiences with my children and my wife. I want to bling my wife left and right. I want to dress her with a dress that is just diamonds. And you're going to be like, what is wrong with you? Because I want to see her happy. That's what fills me up with love, excitement, and passion and compassion, right? So it is time for you to change and make sure that you stop chasing perfection. Because when you chase perfection, you say, I don't like that video. My hair doesn't look good. I don't like that video. My voice doesn't look good. I don't like that video. I don't sound smart. Whatever it is. Perfectionism will paralyze progress. So commit to constant improvement, not flawless execution, because there is no such thing. Let me tell you what I tell people that I work with every single day. By the time you get that perfect video, I already dropped 10 videos on you. By the time you find the perfect intro, outro, there is already 5 episodes that I dropped. I am monopolizing the internet. I don't care about virality. I will be everywhere all the time for everyone. Wherever you scroll, you're going to see this beautiful pink lips. You just smiled again. So you need, you must, you want to take action, not just chasing perfections. Making sure that you're overcoming your limiting beliefs. Now, this is a piece that we really got to smash on it. See, identifying your limited beliefs is a first sign of humility, by the way. Most of us don't want to even address that we have limiting beliefs, such as, I'm not good enough. I don't have the skills. I can't do this. I feel it. I wake up to it. That's why I gotta visualize. That's why I gotta put something positive in my ear. That's why I gotta write those practical elements that make you a better human being. Do you know why I did therapy for 2 years? Because I had trauma that I was ignoring and saying, I am the avatar. I was pretending to always be happy because of business. Everything is great. I'm great. I'm happy. Nobody said. But deep inside, there was a 5-year-old child that was sad because of my trauma from back in the day when I was a child, from my trauma from homelessness, from my trauma for everything else that I've dealt with. But therapy taught me the first thing they say, we're only going to teach you how to cope with your pain, not to fix it, because you're not broken. You just need to redirect the way you do things so you can find your happy self. And every now and then, things trigger me, things get me going. And then I'm like, okay, I know how to deal with that. I know how to deal with that. So you need to start addressing your limiting beliefs. The moment you accept the fact that I'm not perfect, I have flaws, I am afraid, I'm scared, I'm whatever that is, but you start taking actionable steps towards it. Write down your limiting beliefs. Challenge each one with evidence of your capabilities. Remember when I asked you, remember a couple of years ago, you dealt with that thing that you didn't think you were going to get out of, and look at you now? That is evidence. That is factual evidence. Man, the stuff that I've gone through, the stuff that I've gone through, and I'm here, I'm sitting right here doing what I do. Evidence. Making sure that you turn your limiting beliefs into empowering ones, such as replace I can't with not I can. That's just get that. That's a friction. That's a challenge. Like that's a defiant behavior. Which the more you resist or push, the more resistance you're gonna get back. But here's how you change it. Change I can't with I am learning how. See, it's a progressive approach, not an either or. It's an and. Hey, I know that I can't do all these push-ups, but I'm learning how to get there. Because as long as there is a student mindset, I promise you, you will always progress and grow. But as long as you're putting an either or, you're putting high expectations that would normally lead to extreme disappointments. So write down a new belief system. I am. I am learning. I am visible. I am heard. Things that lead to progression, not perfection. Anytime I hear perfection, I know it's going to be a crash and burn. It's a relapse. Okay? Creating accountability and community between one another. Ladies and gentlemen, you and I need accountability. You and I have a community. We are right here, right now. Look at all the happy people that you have around that are willing to collaborate. So you want to make sure you have accountability because it ensures that you stay committed and consistent. My wife holds me accountable for the gym. If I'm not at the gym by 9:30 every single morning, I get a text, where are you? And if I say, oh, I'm at the studio, why aren't you here? And she'll use things like, I'm not going to have a fat husband. That's what she'll say to me. She's like, there are a bunch of guys in here with a six-pack, Ali. That's what she'll say to me. Yeah, like there's eye candy, Ali. You better get in here, right? Obviously, she and I are best friends, so we mess around with each other. But what I'm telling you is I have an accountability partner that is not allowing me to fall back on my health goals. She's like, nope, you got to get here. God forbid, I'm not eating good at the house. She walked in yesterday, like 30 minutes before she went with our baby girl to get some stuff from the store. Man, it's like she walked on me in the wrong act. You know, she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just hanging out with Sebastian. She's like, no, but what do you have in your hand? I'm like, oh, I got some cookies for me and Sebastian. She's like, come on, we said we were going to fast and we were going to eat clean. Yes, but it's Sunday. She's like, right, it's a cheat meal, not a cheat day. All of us say it's a cheat day. No, it's a cheat meal. One, not a cheat day. So accountability is extremely important for us to sustain our growth, to continue with our commitment. So partner up, find an accountability partner right here. Reach out to somebody. Hey, can you be my accountability partner? Can we have some common goals every day that I report to you and you report to me? At the end of the day, send somebody a message. Here's who I talk to, and here were my results. Surround yourself with the positive environment. Look, we are a seed that is planted so dark, so deep, and it feels sometimes so lonely. But guess what? When we remove the weeds, those are negative people and negative things, and we get watered down by a community like this, and we allow, by the way, that's a huge piece, allow greatness to happen, meaning sometimes a bird is going to sit on top of us and hold us from growing that day. Sometimes it's going to rain too much and ruin all of our growth that we've had. Sometimes it's not going to rain at all. That's when we don't have any customers or prospects for months in a row. That's called the drought. And we are still the seed in the soil. But eventually, somehow, some way, when things operate the right way, we start growing. That little plant starts coming up. So you need to understand that you're not buried in your trouble. You're planted in your blessings. It just feels dark because you don't know what you don't know in the outside world. So just remove the weeds, water it down, and allow God to do what God's going to do for you and I. My goodness, I am so feeling good right now. Somebody give me a paper and pen. I want to write a book. Woo-wee! All right. Here's the last piece as I'm coming to a closing. SMART goals. The acronym SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Specific: what is the very specific thing you want to do for the month of June? Measurable: break it down into increments. Don't say I want to make $1,000. Break it down. What is it per day? What is it per day? I want to make $33 a day. Cool. Let's go. Break it down. Achievable: if it's $33 a day, all right, cool. I just got to enroll one VIP a day and I'm good. Relevance: what is the relevant for that for me? What is my why? Why do I want to make $1,000? Is it just because I want to get an extra something? No, there is a collection that is blocking me from buying a car, or there's a hospital bill that they keep, taking money out of my, whatever that is, right? And it needs to be time bound. It can't be until next month. Look, I want to be a millionaire like everybody else, right? That's what we say. I want to be a millionaire, but not in the next 30 years. Like it has to be in time bound so I can have a sense of accountability and urgency as well. All right. So start tracking. Track your efforts, by the way. Don't track your results. Track your efforts. It is the effort and the activity that creates the results, not the result that's going to create the activity. And in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, affirmations are everything. My kids and I at the house, we wake up with affirmation and we go to sleep with prayer. My kids and I, we have a call to action. My son, I love my beautiful baby boy, our son. My wife and I have a Sebastian. Some of you see his videos and posts every now and then. But, here's what we have a conversation Monday. Papa, what are we hunting for this week? That's what he says. Papa, what are we hunting for? What that means is, what is our financial goal? What is our sales goal in our companies? And I got to tell them, oh, well, we're hunting for this. And if we do it, what are we doing? And then we start having fun. We'll go to Six Flags, or we'll go to this and we'll go to that. And we make plans together as a family. Why is that relevant? Because when I'm working, my son doesn't come around and say, you never have time for me. Guess what? My son, is there anything I can do? Because I want to go to that Six Flags that you told me. There's common collaboration in the whole family. So it's so important. Start with affirmation and absolutely close with prayer. Start today. Whatever I told you today, whatever it sparked, I'm praying to God that it sparked excitement. It sparked something within you. Hopefully it even upset you a little to say, I'm going to do it my way, but I'm going to show you, Ali, how great I am. Good. Let's go. But we got to focus. The month of June is extremely important because whatever we do in June is going to give us that labor in September. So right now, there's a reason why you're here and many aren't. Many already said, well, it's already summertime. I'll just start in September. The kids are already out of school. I'll just try again in September. And that little period between June to September is going to burn years of potential and greatness. So don't rob yourself.
At ME Studios, we don't just create campaigns, we build brands. Our mission is to transform your ideas into a compelling experience that resonates with your audience and elevates your brand identity. Hey there! Ever dreamt of launching your own branding campaign, but overwhelmed by all the moving parts? From concept to execution, the process can seem daunting. But don't worry, we've got you covered. Look no further. Welcome to ME Studios, your one-stop shop for all things branding. Imagine this, a place where creativity meets technology, and your branding dreams come to life. We start with pre-production. Our expert team dives into creative concept meetings, curates top-tier guests, and even puts together stunning headshots. We help you shape your vision and plan every detail meticulously. We even throw in AI-powered commercials to give you that extra edge. These commercials are designed to seamlessly integrate with your content, making your campaign not just informative, but also commercially viable. Next up, production. Picture yourself in a state-of-the-art studio with professional lighting, high-quality mics, and an inspiring atmosphere. Our studios are equipped with the latest technology to ensure your sessions are smooth and productive. We create power-packed segments split into 3 engaging parts, 15 minutes each, designed to captivate your audience. Our team ensures that each segment is filled with valuable content and keeps your audience hooked. Now, let's talk post-production. Our team meticulously edits your content, adding branded intros and outros, custom music, and flawless transitions. We take care of all the technical details so you can focus on delivering your message. We make sure your message shines brighter than ever. Our goal is to enhance your voice and make your campaign stand out in a crowded market. Finally, it's time to launch. We distribute your polished campaign across all major platforms, ensuring your campaign reaches the widest possible audience. But that's not all. We create viral reels, issue a national press release, and ensure your campaign gets the attention it deserves. Our marketing strategies are designed to maximize your reach and engagement. At ME Studios, we bring your vision to life. Our dedicated team works tirelessly to ensure your campaign is a true reflection of your brand and resonates with your audience. Your campaign, your brand, done right. We take pride in delivering high-quality, professional campaigns that make a lasting impact. Ready to make your mark? Visit themestudios.net and book your launch today. Our team is excited to help you start your branding journey. Thanks for watching, and let's get your voice out there. Together, we can create something truly special.